Hello, everyone. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. It is me, your girl, Goddess of Love and Truth Reacts, coming to you with another reaction video. If you are new to the channel, click that subscribe button, click that bell notification for all so that you never miss an upload. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. And any returning viewers or new viewers, welcome and welcome back again. Make sure you all are clicking the like button, sharing the video, and leaving your comments down below. So you guys, I uploaded a video yesterday, real quick video, letting you guys know that Diddy's bail was denied. And I read the article, one of the news stations article. I did also get the court documents, but they're several pages long. So, I think it was just 5 pages long. So I'm not going to read through all of that. If you guys would like to read those documents word for word, verbatim, there are a lot of YouTubers that have them on their channel and are reading them. I also uploaded it on my community tab or community wall. I don't know what you want to call it, but you know how like when you're watching my videos and you go to videos, it's a home video live shorts community. So if you click on community, you will see all of the documents. So anything that I've gone over, not everything, but most of the things that I've covered, if you want to see the documents, I have uploaded them. They are on the community tab wall or whatever you want to call it. So with this is just the sidebar with Law and Order, basically going over the court documents. They're not going to read the full documents, but they're going to pinpoint certain things. So I just wanted to bring this to you guys' attention because this is, some of the stuff that I was reporting on and what that I was reading and interpreting. And, it's the same thing. And the judge agreed. I mean, well, not agreed with me, but I mean, basically what I was saying is what they put on there. So I wanted to bring it to you guys so you can hear it from another source as well. Your girl Chronicle Speaks. She's great at it as well. I think she dropped a short and she did a video on it. So you guys can go over there and check it out. She reads some of the document as well, but she doesn't read all of it, just like they're going to do here. So without further ado, let's get into it.
It's official. Sean Diddy Combs has been denied bail once again. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Okay, so we have some breaking news for you on this emergency sidebar. Sean Diddy Combs will not be reunited with his family in time for Thanksgiving. No, the embattled rapper and music mogul who's been sitting in the Metropolitan Detention Center on federal sex crimes charges since he was arrested in September, he will be sitting there now, what seems to be indefinitely. Why? Because he has just been denied bail by Judge Arun Subramanian. This is the current judge overseeing this case. This judge had not decided this issue yet. He held a hearing on this last week where both sides presented evidence and arguments back and forth for why Sean Combs should or should not be granted bail. And we just got this decision. So I'm going to go through this order by Judge Subramanian right now. It was released right on Thanksgiving Eve, right at the end of the day on Wednesday. It reads, the court has evaluated each of the factors that it must consider under the relevant law. 1, nature and circumstances of the offense charged. 2, weight of the evidence against the person. 3, history and characteristics of the person. And 4, nature and seriousness of the danger that would be posed by the person's release. And it also says that the court has also reviewed the information submitted by Combs and the government across all 3 bail hearings in this case. As you remember, Sean Combs was denied bail both by a magistrate judge and a district court judge. Judge Subramanian writes, the court finds that the government has shown by clear and convincing evidence, so that's the standard, that no condition or combination of conditions will reasonably assure the safety of the community. In support of this finding, the court provides the following reasons. Now, first, Judge Subramanian goes through the allegations in the indictment to show how serious this is. And it reads, the indictment charges Combs with serious and violent crimes. And by the way, we remember he's charged with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Subramanian writes, it alleges that for decades, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct conduct. To do so, Combs relied on the employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. And it goes on further to talk about more of the allegations. Judge Subramanian writes, the government has presented direct evidence of Combs' violence. And what he cites is the 2016 videotape where Sean Combs is purportedly beating his ex-girlfriend Cassandra Ventura in a hotel hallway. This was published by CNN several months ago. This has been a big piece of evidence in this case. We've talked about it extensively. Remember, Cassandra Ventura is the one who initially filed that lawsuit against Sean Combs back in November of 2023, got the ball rolling with all the other lawsuits and also all the criminal charges. But he not only cites the 2016 video to show his propensity for violence, but text messages between Combs and victim one. Now, we believe victim one to be Cassandra Ventura. But it reads, text messages from the hours and days following the 2016 Intercontinental Hotel incident say, I have a black eye and a fat lip. You are sick for thinking it's okay to do what you've done. I still have crazy bruising. From there, Judge Subramanian also says there is evidence supporting a serious risk of witness tampering. For example, Combs initiated and had unexplained communications with witness one, who was subpoenaed to testify before the grand jury in June 2024, and in fact testified on July 25th, 2024. Combs was represented by counsel during this time, and they have offered an explanation for some of these communications, but they could not explain them all. For instance, Combs' efforts to call and text witness one even after his grand jury testimony, or Combs deleted texts with this witness. That's bad, right? The idea of reaching out to a witness maybe before you knew they were a grand jury witness, that could be a problem. But really, after their grand jury testimony, that's a problem. From there, Judge Subramanian says there is evidence that Combs violated Bureau of Prisons regulations during his pretrial detention to obscure his communications with third parties. We talked about this a lot, how Sean Combs was using other inmates' PAC numbers to make calls, was using a private messaging service to reach out to people, was also engaging in three-way phone calls. The allegation was he was not only breaking...
And see, and we went over all of that. I went over all of that on my video, that yes, he was doing that. He was using other people's calls to call other, witnesses and stuff like that. That's still witness tampering. But let's get back into it.
The rules, but he was also doing it to reach out to potential witnesses in the case, maybe to try to influence potential jurors through a social media campaign. Now, this is interesting because Judge Subramanian writes, the court makes no determination that the content of Combs' communications through these channels was improper. That's interesting. And this is something that he talked about in the hearing. Through these channels was improper. That's interesting. And this is something that he talked about in the hearing about, is it really bad he's posting things or having people post things for him on social media? So he's saying, I'm not really going to focus on the content of the communications, but, and this is something that we talked about in our prior sidebar, it was just the flouting of the rules that was the problem. He writes,
so, and again, don't get that misconstrued. He's saying that he's not going to focus on what they was posting on social media. Remember, like for him, instance where his kids posted that video of them singing happy birthday to him, and little Love, she was saying, I love you, daddy. It was so cute. But she was so cute, but that's still, we knew that he was doing that for a reason. But those are still his kids. They love him or whatever, but they've never posted videos like that. So that's what he's saying. But the judge is saying that has nothing to do with it, which it doesn't. They can post on social media, try to make him look like a good person or whatever. Before as contacting the witnesses, the judge said, all right, let's get back into it.
However, his willingness to skirt BOP rules in a way that would make it more difficult for his communications to be monitored is strong evidence that the court cannot be reasonably assured as to the sufficiency of any conditions of release, especially given that they occurred when Combs was seeking bail and when he knew the government's concerns about witness tampering and obstruction were front and center. Yeah.
See? So the judge saying, like, you knew that you are trying to get bail. You know, you've already been before the court. How many times trying to get bail? So you purposely use these other people's phone privileges so you can go and try to contact witnesses and contact people. And that means that just furthermore showing the court that you don't care. You know what I'm saying? You don't care that you're in jail and you're trying to get bond. Like, why would you even continue to do this when you know you're trying to bail out of jail? Like I guess he's saying everybody's stupid and he's not, you know, but he's the biggest, dumbest loser. All right, let's get back into it.
Really bad that he's doing this when he's already accused of obstruction and he's under the government's eye.
Exactly.
But, and this is also interesting, you know, another reason why the court was skeptical about Sean Combs being released, and, you know, Judge Subramanian at least kind of entertained what would bail look like, what would pretrial release look like. He went on a back and forth, and we'll talk about this in a minute, where Sean Combs' attorneys had said he has an apartment in New York, there will be private security. Well, here's what the court says. The court doubts the sufficiency of any conditions that place trust in Combs and individuals in his employ, like a private security detail, to follow those conditions. So, wow. So really seems swayed by the prosecution's argument that his private security...
Exactly, because his security was helping him commit these crimes. His security was hemming people up, threatening people, doing all types. Even some of his security people got lawsuits for them evolving in these allegedly evolving in these sexual acts, you know. So hey, like how can you trust his security? They on his payroll. They're gonna do what he say do, like how they been doing all this time. That's how he been getting away with so much.
Security team could probably be susceptible to manipulation. Now, this part is fascinating.
Exactly.
There was a back and forth at the beginning of the hearing, and we're going to get into it in a little bit, where Judge Subramanian was asking Sean Combs' lawyers about a discrepancy. You might recall that there were materials that were photographed from Sean Combs' jail cell, and the allegation was...
Here we go. When I mentioned that and I said that and I read that, because at first the judge initially said that the prosecutors could not use what they confiscated in the courts. He only said that because he believed that it had legal written on that, which I said, and which is what the document said. But then he turned around and he did another document later. It was either later on that day or the same day, but I read both documents. I read them at the same time. I read the first one where he told the prosecution that they couldn't use it, and then he came back and he was like, wait a minute, this didn't, the evidence that they pulled, that they showed, did not show legal on there. So he asked the defense, why did y'all say that it was legal on there? So basically, like I said, they lied to the judge and said that the pads had legal. So apparently the prosecutors will be able to use that information because it did not have legal on it. They went and put legal on there after the fact. So the photographs, and I'm sorry, I'm getting loud. I'm getting I'll be passionate, y'all. The photographs did not show legal. Let me calm down and talk in a normal tone. The photographs did not show legal listed on those documents when they took them, because they were not. Only reason they went back and put legal on it is because they knew Diddy was busted. You're busted. They knew he was busted, so they tried to do anything that they could to try to make it where the prosecution should not have been viewing it. So they went back and they put legal on there after the fact. I feel like the defense attorney should have some type of repercussions as well, because they purposely lied to the judge, and then that's going to come out as well. They lied to the judge. They knew legal wasn't on there, and Sean got busted with those documents showing where he was, again, witness tampering, obstruction of justice, and they just tried to cover it up and say, oh, well, they shouldn't have looked at that. That was legal, and he has the right to help us with his witnesses and this and this and that, there and the other. Not if he's tampering with the witnesses and obstruction with justice. He does not have that right. But let's get back into it, you guys.
By the defense was that this was a violation of his privilege, that there were materials that were photographed that were subject to attorney-client and work product privilege. And the defense had said that there was a number of legal pads that said legal on top of them. And there was a discrepancy where the judge brought it up about whether these pads actually said legal. He writes, the court further notes that it held an emergency hearing to address the government's usage of notes on legal pads recovered from Combs' bunk. At that hearing, defense counsel advised all these legal pads say legal. Yes, they're marked as legal. After the hearing, the court inquired why, in light of counsel's representation that the notes at issue were on legal pads that were clearly marked as legal, photographs taken during the sweep show no such labels. At the hearing, defense counsel admitted that it has to be the case that as of the day of the search, legal wasn't written on every legal pad, and that they were not sure whether the pad presented to the court had legal on it at the time of the sweep. And
bam, right there. Bam, right there. So they admitted it wasn't on there when they did the sweep. But then they put it on there after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was doing the sweep, they would have had legal written on there. So they're talking about they're not sure why it was presented to the court that had legal on it. They know why. Because y'all tried to cover it up. Y'all think the judge was dumb. Child.
Subramanian writes, the circumstances of this incident and the misrepresentation made at the hearing where Combs was present bear on whether the court can be reasonably assured that any conditions it imposes will be followed, or whether through inadvertence or active subversion they will be broken and the community's safety threatened.
Let's see, the judge was being nice. He said misrepresentation. He should have said the lies, but that wouldn't have been professional. Yeah, so they definitely lied. And my question was, did Diddy attorneys lie to the judge? So it's answered. Yeah, they lied. It's not allegedly. They lied. The lies that were told.
Seems like the judge is saying, defense, can't trust you. And then finally, Judge Subramanian distinguishes Sean Combs' case.
Hold on.
Or whether through inadvertence or active subversion, they will be broken and the community's safety threatened. Almost seems like the judge is saying, defense, can't trust you. And then finally, Judge Subramanian distinguishes Sean Combs' case from the Mike Jeffries case, the former Abercrombie & Fitch CEO who was just recently arrested on sex trafficking charges in New York. He's facing charges in federal court in the Eastern District of New York as opposed to the Southern District, but same thing. And the idea there was he was released on $10 million bail, very similar allegations.
I feel like he shouldn't have been released from jail either. But when people was trying to compare it and they were saying, well, he's been charged with the same thing Diddy was. And I was like, no, he wasn't. But like I said, I didn't look. I mean, I saw when they first put him in there. I saw what they released. But did I keep track of it? No. But did I ever hear them say that he was doing witness tampering or obstruction of justice, or even had that many years invested that Diddy did? No, they never said that. And I don't have to keep watching something over and over and over. Yeah, we keep going into Diddy because I'm reporting on Diddy. If I would have been reporting on him, then yes, I would be keeping up with it as well. But I'm not reporting on him. But again, I still had never heard. And then after I did that video about that, then I did go ahead and I watched it. And again, it was still nothing in those documents that showed that he was doing the same thing. For as what he did to the victims and stuff, yes, but is he being charged with racketeering? No. Is he being charged with obstruction of justice, witness tampering? No. So it is not the same. Do they have some of the same similarities in what they did? Yes, but did they do exactly the same things? No. Not at all. But again, I feel like neither one of them should get banned. But just because he got banned, it doesn't mean that Diddy should get banned. Diddy did way more than what this man did and continue to do it. Let's get back into it.
Trafficking, but this is what the judge writes. In United States v. Jeffries, while the government raised danger, its principal concern with respect to defendant Mike Jeffries was flight. He had no criminal history. The alleged criminal conduct, which did not involve the kind of violence or RICO allegations made here, racketeering allegations made here, abated nearly a decade ago, and Jeffries was 80 years old. So that's how he's distinguishing that case from Combs. And so ultimately, he denied Sean Combs bail. And right now, it seems that the only other option for Sean Combs will be to try to appeal this to the Second Circuit Court of Appeals. They had originally appealed it up there, but they put it on pause so they could actually go back to Judge Subramanian, but now that has been defeated for them. Now, we actually did a full breakdown of the hearing from last.
All right, you guys, so I'm not going to play the rest of the video. Y'all see the video is much longer than that. I only did 9 minutes and 24 seconds, and it's 30 minutes and 51 seconds. So if y'all want to see the rest of it, just go over to the Law and Crime channel, and y'all can watch the rest of it. I just wanted to bring this back to you guys' attention because I had reported on it before, and, you know, sometimes you just have to hear somebody else say the same thing. So I just wanted to bring it to you guys. And then he was reading from the actual documents itself. Sometimes I read from the documents, sometimes I don't, because they just have a lot in there. But when I did say that the judge retracted what he initially said, for as him saying that the prosecution couldn't use what they confiscated because it had legal on it. But then once he went back and he was viewing the material, he realized that legal was not on there, and realized that the defense put legal on there after the sweep. So he wanted to know why they lied to him. His words was misrepresentation, but that's the same thing. Misrepresentation is lies. That means you lied. It's the same thing, the lies that they told, and then they tried to get over on the judge, so the judge don't trust them no more. He don't trust Diddy, he don't trust them, and you sitting up here trying to get out on bail, knowing what is up at stake for you to try to get out on bail, but you continue to do what you're not supposed to do. You continue to break the rules. You continue to reach out to these witnesses. You continue to commit obstruction, and then your attorneys are helping you, so they can't be trusted, and your security can't be trusted. No, because everybody is still helping you commit these crimes, even behind bars, even while you're trying to get out on bail. Make it make sense. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. It is Thanksgiving. I wasn't planning on coming on here and bringing y'all a Thanksgiving video because I know that y'all probably cooking and eating or whatever and da-da-da-da-da. So this video, you can listen to it. You don't got to sit down and just watch it. You could probably just have it playing in the background and listening to Jesse, what's his name? Jesse Weber. I said Jesse Wu. Jesse Weber from the Sidebar with Law and Crimes, as well as myself with my little interactions. But I doubt I will be bringing any other videos to you guys today unless something just really important, anything breaking comes out. I'm not going to cover what's going on with Drake. I almost called him something. I ain't gonna call the man out his name like that. But yeah, Drake is he needs to go back to Canada. Just go back home, boo. Cause you not like us. He over here trying to sue Chad and Lil Wayne, please don't come out with no diss track against Kendrick, because Kendrick was not throwing shade. Kendrick was just speaking like it is, because Kendrick got the Super Bowl. They gave him the Super Bowl. And instead of Lil Wayne them and everybody congratulating, even if you don't want to congratulate him, Lil Wayne went on a little tantrum, went on a crying spree, how he felt entitled about giving the Super Bowl. What's crazy to me is that this is probably the third or fourth time that the Super Bowl has been held in New Orleans, and neither time was Lil Wayne the artist that was performing at the halftime show. So why do he feel entitled to perform this time? Why you didn't do this crying and whining and all this stuff before then? OMG. And then Lil Wayne said himself, he's not a battle rapper. So why would you try to go against Kendrick Lamar? And then Kendrick didn't even say nothing wrong. He, in his song Whacked Out Murals, he said that he said that he used to rock, what did he say? I can't even remember the exact word. He used to listen to the Carter 3, which is Lil Wayne's song, and he rocked the whatever chain that Lil Wayne them be rocking or whatever. And then he said that he didn't know that his success would let Lil Wayne down, meaning that him getting the Super Bowl, that it was gonna let Lil Wayne down. So he felt like he let Lil Wayne down, because instead of Lil Wayne congratulating him, Lil Wayne went on a little press tour crying and talking about how he should have been the one. So in other words, he's saying that Kendrick Lamar shouldn't be performing at the Super Bowl. Like, why, Lil Wayne? Like, why you like? I'm not gonna even get into it because y'all know how Lil Wayne is. He don't need to be performing at nobody's Super Bowl. He can barely perform at his own shows. Like, child, he don't be knowing the words. He be up there doped out. Like, child, don't nobody want to see that, and they kids watching it on the doggone Super Bowl. Like, no, that's not the type of artists that get to perform at the Super Bowl. But again, why do you feel so entitled that since Kendrick Lamar is performing in New Orleans, now you feel entitled? Them other 3 years when other people were performing, you didn't do this. You didn't feel entitled. Why you feel entitled now? Like, sound like a little haterade to me. And then when when Kendrick released his song, Lil Wayne come out there talking about let the sleeping giant sleep. Talking about because if he come out, there's gonna be destruction. Against who, Lil Wayne? Against who? And I loved me some Lil Wayne, and you know, cause I'm from Texas, so Texas and Louisiana we rock together. But baby, when you wrong, buddy. Lil Wayne, I advise you to sit down. Like you are an icon. You know, everybody love you. Don't go out like Drake did. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you, Kendrick is not the one you want to play with. No, 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 no. All right, you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Click the like button. Leave a comment down below. Click that bell notification for all so that you never miss an upload. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy y'all time today. Enjoy y'all family. That's is most important. But you should enjoy and love your family and spend time with your family daily. It shouldn't take a day out of the year that the government say, hey, this is this day or whatever. Celebrate it. You should celebrate it all year long. Celebrate family. Celebrate yourself. Love yourself. Take care of one another, uplift one another, love one another, be there and help one another, you know, lift each other up. That's what family is about. Be with your family and even friends and everybody, you know what I'm saying? Not just for your family, with the world. That's what the world needs now. What that song? What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Yes, that's what we need now. We need love, sweet love. So love your family, love yourself, love your neighbors, love your friends, love everyone. Keep everyone in your prayers and uplift it. And most importantly, put God first, you guys. Now, eat up and exercise. Look, I keep telling y'all to exercise, baby. Who don't be exercising is me, and I need to. I need to get rid of this weight, but that's neither here nor there. We're not gonna get on that right now. But y'all take care of yourselves, take care of your family, take care of your loved ones. Love, peace, and hair grease. Smooches. Bye bye.